No, I just have to be able to shake off a bad game. And I had a one game.
Because I'm losing to the great Carlini though.
Yes. At least you're losing to someone with class.
He didn't play me.
And he, well, you know, it's a thing.
Well, you don't have class.
Yeah. Oh.
Excuse me, youngster?
Ooh. Oh.
Sonny? Did you say something? Sonny?
I didn't say anything.
You notice I call you Sonny.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to them either.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Oh.
How boring. No, not in your part.
Carly, what?
In your part, too.
I have, you know.
I keep dropping
A
pops.
solid position.
I'm a solid positional type
You're
player.
a solid type guy.
Yes, I have solids.
Got it in the Hershey squirts. Ooh! Ooh!
Do I gotta listen to this?
Yeah, you were trapped audience.
I went to Marina. Yeah. I looked at Pi at first, but I didn't like the buildings there. So, dude,
I'm playing badly, Mark.
oh, I can't do that. All right. Oh no, I think it's on the other side. I mean, it's. Here we go.
Playing well yesterday. Al came by.
And
Yeah, he told me.
Too bad we're not
I've
playing
seen him in
touch.
a while, so I was mentioning Al came by.
Should have said that earlier. Yes, I'm all for touch.
Alright.
he's a touchy player.
You guys
So it's
gonna
touch it
touchy
with a
feely
lot.
types or what?
Yeah, if it was touch, that was your game. Or was it? No, I'm in check.
You're in check.
That means I have to play the play that takes.
Right,
away
that was the only
check.
move. Yeah, I didn't. I forgot it was me. Yeah.
So even then,
Yeah.
This is how Carlson would play it. I just want you to know.
No, it's not.
It isn't how Carlson wouldn't play like this?
It's actually the mirror of that layout. But I actually.
is that right?
Carlson wouldn't play like this?
Steps right into your house, Mr. Mouse.
Look there, King it in.
That wasn't like it's triangular shaped, but it faced like an office building. So I got the board going.
Sorry, I get it.
Mine only. Everyone comments.
Doing fine, you're still better.
My real apartment doesn't.
Ooh, look what he found.
What'd he find?
Even laser was like 26. Yeah, that's me.
He's better. His good position's better than mine.
Oh, come on.
Instead,
Are you sure?
And the unisolated pawn is well blockaded.
What?
Yeah,
You're not
you heard
supposed
me.
to tell him. You're not supposed to tell him. I thought you weren't supposed to tell him.
For all the good it did me.
I'm just saying.
sectional or something.
Just helped you out.
It's like a weird amount of space. It would slide on this side. Okay, so you have all that. Yeah. I can put like something there, but I'm not sure if you get like couch. Like I'm trying to maximize this. And I still kind of want some room for me.
Huh? Wait a minute. Whoa. What? You could have. What?
Should have taken that pawn.
No.
Carl would have. In a hot beat.
You know what I mean? Like, it's because it's a weird shaped room, so it's like my desk would have to go like on this wall, but if it came out, I don't know.
You're fine.
It's a bit of weird space. Yeah, I know. Shit like that.
What?
I mean, I dig it. Like, I feel very comfortable.
Nothing to even think about. Yeah.
What?
He's just got an extra pawn.
So?
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 We already said so.
So?
Who's winning?
He's not. Can't be winning.
He's winning.
He's not winning.
He's
winning, Carlos?
I am probably winning somewhere.
You know what I mean? It would be tight.
Somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
Are you winning?
I could be winning any minute. I could be winning
Winning.
any minute.
Are you winning now?
I could win.
Are you sure about winning?
I could win here.
You can win.
I could win.
You
You're
can't
going to
win.
win.
I could win.
You're going to win.
There could be win.
And the win.
Hold it there, Kudlowski.
Carlowski. Hold there, kidnapper.
Now
I got him.
we got him by the canoches.
Now, battery squeeze.
I don't know if he's winning or not. We'll take a master to explain it.
Yeah, I know.
Mark can explain it. Mark, is he winning?
Of course I'm winning,
Winning.
unless I'm not winning.
Not you.
Vinny.
I mean White.
Oh,
I think he allowed it to get blockaded. I don't think he's winning anymore.
Now that I have no place,
I mean, they have a lot of good pre-made stuff.
Trying to draw, I guess. He's like a pawn.
I want to get better at cooking.
all right. I think it's about time I do something here.
Cook now. Microwave stuff.
What do you want to eat?
I still microwave some stuff.
I'm not. It's not about being like healthy
Cooking for one sucks.
Okay, where's your friend?
I just want to like normalize my. Just come
What are you talking about? Don't let him psych
What do you
out.
mean?
Don't let him psych you out.
Give me what I
You
want.
don't have jack
You might
shit.
live.
I got everything a mother could want.
I got nothing.
I got everything.
There.
There, yeah. Yeah,
Busted
thanks.
all his pawns.
Do you have any questions?
How did he
Any?
manage
Are there any
this?
questions here?
He was so
I mean, you're playing. You're playing the.
great.
You're playing the
Playing the
king.
great
You're playing the
leading
king of the end games.
Hey guys, Brent here, and man, Carlini is the king of endgames, man. It's really, really tough going into endgame and playing him on his home turf, so nicely done, Carl. Good game to Ari, too. I mean, he was kind of winning in the middle game. If he picked up the pawn, like he said in the game with the queen, I think he would have a big advantage, but it came down to endgame, and we're going to go over how Ari could have defended that final position, as well as how he could have won earlier in the game. We're going to learn a lot of cool endgame stuff. So let me know what you guys thought of the game in the comments below. If you want to get Carlini a cup of coffee, his link is in the video description. All the Amazon links to chess gear are in the video description as well. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss future videos. Alright, so in this position, we saw what happened. King g3 and Black won this endgame. So let's go all the way back here. Instead of King g3, let's go move back. How does White defend this position? Pause the video, see if you can find it. Alright, one idea is to play Rook d8. And yes, you're gonna drop the pawn, but eventually you want to do two things with this move. You want to lure the king away from becoming active, as well as put the rook behind the pass pawn. If you do it right now after takes, then the king kind of starts to become active, which you don't want. So instead of going behind the pass pawn, you want to kind of lure it away first, threaten this, but Black is going to take advantage of a check, and now the king comes in. Now you go back behind the pass pawn, b4, e4. Now White gets his stuff rolling, and b3. And the way that I'm gonna throw in a check here, up, check, and notice got this walls here. And the way that Black is gonna queen this pawn is he has to bring the rook here, move the pawn up here, and then check with the rook, and then he'll be able to queen. Rook takes queen, and rook takes rook, and White is winning. So I mean, Black is winning. So Black has to be very careful about that final position and getting out of the check there. So this is one idea, and if Black doesn't want to draw, then he's gonna have to kind of move down here and rook cutting off the king. And now here comes e5, rook b1, e6, b2, and now White has to be careful of this rook check like I mentioned earlier. So king g2, king d8, e7, going back, and gonna have a couple waiting moves here. Black is gonna have to, in order to activate his rook, he can't babysit that pawn forever, so rook f1, take, and we're gonna get to this position. That pawn was gonna be lost anyway, and basically, yes, black is up a pawn, but this is one of those really grinding positions. You're gonna have a lot of rook and king moves and checks, and basically it's gonna have to come down to how white plays it, how black plays it. Again, these are two humans playing, so you never know what will happen, but computer has black at negative 0.7. It's two pawns doing a nice job of guarding the breakthrough square here, and yeah, that's one way that white could have defended the position in the final game, in the final position. But let's figure out how he could have won the game. All right, so in this position, we saw the following here. This f5 pawn push was kind of deadly for white because created a wall here, kept this king caged in, and far away from the action here, which resulted in Carl winning the endgame. And so let's go a couple moves back here. Knowing what you know happened in the game, instead of rook d4, let's go move back, pause the video. What would you play as white here? Alright, you can't allow this, right? But not only that, you have to activate this king. You can't let it kind of be kind of caged in here, which we saw in the game. So you want to play rook c6 check, and notice that this is all walled off, this is all walled off, so black has to kind of go down here. So let's just say he plays king d7, threaten the rook, rook c5, attacking the pawn, pawn takes with check. But now here comes the king. Now the king is active here, and rook b2. Now here comes the king, and black is going to push, and oops, sorry. So black is going to push. Then you have rook c4, and the idea is if he pushes to kind of get behind the passed pawn. And a couple options here. What is black going to do is black cannot kind of queen this pawn, so one idea is to activate his rook and start chopping off white's pawn, and give up this pawn. So take, and check. White will take here, black will take here, white will take, and black is going to try to queen this h pawn, but now here comes white's pawns, and this might be one continuation here. Basically, white is going to shield himself from all the checks. Black eventually have to give up that pawn to activate his rook, and this will be. But I want to show you how crazy the endgame is. So, white doing a nice job of maneuvering, and you got to be really careful. You have to kind of wait, shield your king with the pawns from any checks, and here's white threatening mate, so rook down, and we're going to get to this position, and white is going to it's getting close to queening, so we have this check here, right? What do you play as white here? Alright, if you said king f7, this is a draw. That's how crazy the endgame is. So let's just see what happens. So rook check, and if king takes, then that's a draw. So stalemate. So if king doesn't want the stalemate, then king in the bottom, and then rook takes, and king out. Oops, sorry. King out. Where am I? King out. Rook here to prevent the queen. So king up, check, take, and that'll be a draw. Crazy, huh? So going back here, what you want to do is play king g5, and yeah, white's gonna queen on the next move. So what do? I mean, if rook down, then you just save the rook and get the check in here. So take and queen, and white is winning. So going back here, king g5, and yeah. So but where are okay? So instead of going here, instead of rook takes, let's say king wants to come up here and escort the pawn, right? He's gonna give up all hope here and just try to escort. If he does that, then white's gonna start gobbling, and black will start gobbling too. Push, 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 but it's too late. I mean, the king can. This is how powerful pawns are, especially when they're rolling like this. White can afford to sack his rook, and black cannot stop the queen. So, a lot of great endgame stuff we learned, and it's really complex rook, pawn, king endgames. So, but I hope you guys got a lot from this, and hope you guys enjoyed the game and the analysis. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, and thanks. I'll see you guys later.